What is good? It is your boy PvbloGrey, and we are back with another reaction video. And today we have a video from Bloomberg Finance and whatever. I don't fucking know. But the title of the clip is United States nearsighted to shun global vaccine efforts. John Hopkins Farley. Okay. Before I even get into this, man, I can't wait to drop this motherfucking Drain the Swamp video. Shit, I might even drop it after this video, and I might listen. So basically, I got more videos I gotta react to after I record this one. But at the end of that, I'm doing my motherfucking I'm fried. I'm doing my Drain the Swamp segment on John Hopkins University. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been noticing that because I didn't know this, that John Hopkins, I thought it was just the Pittsburgh branch, but I'm realizing that John Hopkins, the university, has a wing or a college within the university, like they have the College of Health, they got the College of Business, but here they have the Bloomberg College of Health, I believe. And why this is so important is because, as you know, Bloomberg was the mayor of New York, happens to be a very rich guy. He might be a billionaire now, but he also was a candidate, I believe, running Democrat, maybe Republican. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention, not too recently, but I know he's from New York and he's rich. And basically, this man, if you would have gotten you would have won the presidential seat. Not only does this man have a plug on health expert, meaning like, bro, he runs a wing within a college who happens to be at the forefront of this COVID-19 thing. So basically, as long as this man is funding it, he could really have these people say whatever the fuck they want. And right now, John Hopkins University, Bloomberg Health, is these people who are saying all of these predictions, they giving you these numbers, these statistics. So it's just like, okay, why? Why is John Hopkins even attached to the name Bloomberg? And why are these people, out of all the colleges, on the forefront of giving statistics? But anyway, if you like what I'm doing here, man, like, comment, subscribe. We about to get into the fucking video. Let's go.
I want to ask a delicate question, Dr. Farley, which is about how we carry this virus. I find it stunning how the nurses and staff of Mount Sinai are so relaxed after being in that milieu. Should we be relaxed as well when we're walking around?
Well, I think you're seeing professionals who, as you would see a soldier at war who can be relaxed in between the battles, you can see healthcare workers relaxed in between those battles. I don't think the public should take a sense of, lack of urgency in our response. And by that urgency, I mean continuing to be safer at home, continuing to social distance, physical distance. By no means are we out of this war.
Beautifully said. So with that, there's this huge tension between lockdown, stay at home, the Wisconsin legislation that we've seen in the last 24 hours. How do you perceive the gray area between a strict lockdown, stay at home, and getting back to normal?
Well, I think you characterized it perfectly. It's this sense of gray in which, everyone is opening up in slightly different ways across the country, across the world. And we really need to pay very close attention and be vigilant to how that opening up and how our change in our behavior, how our, quite frankly, our decrease in social and physical distancing from one another, a return to work, is going to impact new cases. We anticipate that it will impact new cases, and yet there are some painful decisions that have to be made in, as you've mentioned multiple times, the recession, preventing depression economically, and in many cases, just saving businesses. So it is a delicate balance between being able to open up, expand the economic.
Listen, Y'all know what I'm about to say. Why not? Why aren't we talking about the important stuff? Yeah, bro, we know it's a motherfucking delicate balance, bro. That is life, bro. That is life. We do not do this shit when it comes to the flu. Listen, as far as severity, yeah, the virus may be worse than the flu. But as far as like infecting people, no, it's not. It's really not. And we should treat it as such. This stressing shit gonna get you sick. This scared shit is gonna get you sick. And then when you go back out into the motherfucking public and you around people, you gonna get sick. Cause you already sick in the fucking head. But back to it.
Environment while, also being vigilant to prevent ongoing transmission.
Can we guesstimate, Jason Farley, how many people so far have had COVID and how many of those people are immune?
So the immune question is a very hard one at this point. We are doing, investigators across the world are really struggling with, coming to grips with whether or not immunity will occur as a result of infection. For some people, we believe that it will, but we are seeing cases of relapse, reinfection, if you will. And so what's critical to understand is in these patients who have, a supposed relapse, were they truly tested negative and repeatedly negative for the virus and basically became what we would call convalescent, so they recovered, and we can detect antibodies in those circumstances. And then we follow those people over time to see if reinfection occurs in those circumstances. We're actually launching a study in June to do exactly that at Johns Hopkins, to really follow people longitudinally for at least 12 months in a cohort of patients to see what the prevalence, what the incidence of the virus is in this 12.
Man, y'all better be prepared. If you been sick, bro, they watching you. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I'm trying to figure out what connection does the Johns Hopkins University in Maryland, which has their health wing named after Bloomberg, what relationship do they have with the Johns Hopkins located in Pittsburgh? Because if I'm not mistaken, there was a professor from Johns Hopkins University in Pittsburgh just recently who gave out some information that I believe people wasn't fucking with, and he ended up going missing. I'm not too sure about that. That's allegedly. I'm trying to get this information going, and I apologize. I'm doing this on the fly. But let's get back to it.
12-month period, particularly if we begin to experience a second or, forbid, a third wave of this infection. And so we're really trying to be vigilant in our understanding of the potential for reinfection, the level of immunity that occurs, and what that ultimately helps us to understand about the potential for this growing concern of a second wave.
Are countries working together to try and figure this out, or is it everyone for themselves?
I think much of the global community is working together. Unfortunately, I do believe that, from a U.S. perspective, we have opted out of that global community in many ways. Not only the rhetoric from the White House about multiple responses from other countries, specifically, of course, the focus on China, but also the global vaccine initiative. The U.S. has decided that we're going to go it alone and not participate in several of the global vaccine initiatives,
and I believe that is a great idea. Shout out to whoever approved that. We don't need to be a part of the global initiative because 9 times out of 10, there's only a few people who are funding or even supporting it or supplying this global initiative. And I believe, and I know for a fact one of them is Bill Gates. I just know that for a fact. The other is probably the World Health Organization. 9 times out of 10, I don't know what type of jurisdiction the CDC has over the rest of the world, but I know the World Health Organization has a lot of pull in other places other than the United States. And so does Bill Gates and his fucked up foundation.
Is very nearsighted on our part. I do believe We have our first trial starting here in the U.S. very soon, some ongoing trials, but at Johns Hopkins specifically in June, so in a few weeks, we'll have our first vaccine trials going. And in addition, multiple different vaccine candidates, so it's not just one vaccine. While the rest of the world is moving ahead, and we know that in Oxford and other locations around the world, we have seen, the vaccine initiatives really take off. So I think we are being nearsighted in the U.S. response and not participating in global efforts.
What is the biggest and most profitable market you can think of?
I don't care. All right. So, I ain't gonna lie, man. This one might be a throwaway. I don't really have much to say on that, man. My mind is in other places, man. But take what you want from it. Just know I'm doing my investigation on the Johns Hopkins University right now. So expect that in my Drain the Swamp segment. That's what I had to give to you. My apologies for not having my focus. But again, you like what I'm doing though? You find it informative, entertaining, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it.